So what's good, you guys? It is Will here from PSYCHONAUT Visions, signing back in once again. Coming at you guys with another video today. Now it's going to be more of a laid-back, chill style video. But what I wanted to talk about, I want to talk about my passions, my desires, where I'm at with the book I'm writing that I've elaborated on a little bit, but not too much. I don't want to say too much. However, I want to start with discussing our perception of other people's perception, the way that we view the way others view the world, right? Whether it be politically, religiously, or whatever the case may be, and how it's easy to be caught up in the way others see the world and, seek to change their perspective and hope that, they can see it from a different light, see it from your point of view, and I think that for me personally, this sort of spiritual ego trip that I've discussed a couple times on this channel, a bit over a year ago, where I attempted to degrade others for not seeing the world the way I did. I thought the way I saw things was the truth, was the way of life that other people should see as well. And it was tough for me because, I would go on social media and see someone post something political, or see them post something from their point of view, from their perspective, and instantly place myself on a higher pedestal above other people. And I think one thing that put that to a halt was my existential crisis that I went through in June and a good portion of July. It was a tough phase to go through, but one thing that it allowed me to do was see things from other people's perspectives and understand that this human experience is nothing but a subjective experience, because objectivity in essence ceases to exist. We're all seeing through the lens of a human being, right? We're all humans and trying to make sense of what's going on, put the pieces together and figure out why we're here, how we got here and such. And to lead this into my story that I've been writing, I have touched on it a bit on this channel, but it's called Lost Boy, a solitary expedition amidst chaos. It's been a art form for me. It's been an escape like no other. It has allowed me a place to be genuine, to be authentic, something that I've never had. And I personally prefer to handle my emotions alone, on my own, rather than around other people. But with that being said, I have a tendency to be closed off with emotions. I struggle handling them around other people especially. But this story, man, it's been all about my struggle, my troubles with sexuality, my troubles with identity crisis, trying to figure out who I am, who I want to be with, who I'm going to be, my struggles with porn addiction, stuff that's touchy, stuff that's difficult to open up about to other people. But my journey has been a venture up a mountain, trying to climb a mountain of opening up, telling people what I'm going through instead of being so closed off. And I think that it's powerful. It's something that I feel great about, but throughout, I felt like I was still going through somewhat of an ego trip, and I felt like I was lost. That's why it's titled Lost Boy. And in the end, I don't want to talk too much about it, but in the end, I felt like I really found a sense of clarity in understanding that we essentially create our own destiny. And I was overcomplicating things for the longest time. I was making things so difficult on myself. One thing, one thing I opened up about recently, well, not recently, I would say it's been about 5 months now, to Alex, was my sexuality, was that I've been struggling with it. And that helped tremendously. But then my next goal was to come out and basically talk about it to my parents and how I've been thinking I might be bisexual. And, the funny thing was, I started the story under the impression I could be gay, and that's why it was tough, because I was like, man, this is not something I want to be going through. But over time it became, well, maybe I'm straight. And that is primarily because of the porn addiction that has basically consumed me, become my version of sex. It's the only version of sex that I know. So it's been difficult, man. And I think that towards the end is when I really started realizing and recognizing that I've been overcomplicating things. Life is best when you make it as simple as possible. I don't have to do this. All I have to do as a being is live, because what am I in the grand scheme of things? I don't even know what I am. And just to tie this back into the idea of other people's perception, it's like it's not necessarily the idea of disagreement that has us conflicted, because in essence there is no possible way to reach a state of utopia as humanity. That's impossible. It is instead the desire to be correct. Now, there is nothing we can do about that desire necessarily, but I think it's more important to understand that people will see the world differently. Even your best friends, your closest friends whom you see the eye to eye with, very well with, your parents, your family, whoever, not everything will be agreed upon between you and them, and I think understanding that has allowed me to see past the illusion and understand that this is just my subjective experience. I'm trying to make sense of it all and have that sense of humility, because in all actuality, anxiety is inevitable. That's a part of our innate being. Stress, depression, and all that, fear, resentment, hatred. It's all something that resides within us, but a lot of it comes from thinking and being too worked up on the past, the future. When you think about the past, you think about what could have been. When you think about the future, you think about what could be, the potential dangers that could arise in the future. I think it's vital from time to time to have a sense of humility by immersing yourself as much as possible in the present moment. And it's impossible to do that 100% of the time. There's no way to do it. It's impossible to do it a majority of the time. But I think you really got to find a way to live to the fullest extent, because maybe that's all we're here to do, is to live and reproduce. Just be, man, because after undergoing a psychedelic experience such as the most recent one I went through, I see that existence just is. We are nothing, but at the same time, we are everything. And we just are. We're just here. Existence just is, man. And I'm very passionate about what I've been writing. I hope to make a career, or at least have writing be something within my career, part of my career. And I'm hoping to be done with school after this next semester, after this fall semester. If not, then it would be after the spring semester. But either way, I'm hoping to be done. And when that happens, I'm hoping to get my book published within the next few months as well, and really get my life underway. And I feel confident, I feel passionate. I've put my blood, sweat, and tears into this, man. I've spent hours on it. It's 250 pages or thereabout. I'm revising it currently. I've revised all but the first 2 chapters, believe it or not. And after that, I'm pretty much ready to publish it, do whatever it takes to put the finishing touches up on it, and then it's ready to go, and I'm very passionate. I'm very much so looking forward to it, man, but I really wanted to get it out there. Talking about it for the longest time, it didn't feel good. It felt not like it was unnatural in any way, but I was anxious in doing so. It felt like, I don't know if I'm ever going to be able to publish this, because it's a lot of personal information. It's a lot of stuff that I've been going through, and it's going to be difficult to allow others into my personal life. But I think now, as of late, especially with the way I ended this, and I feel like it ended strong, I feel like I actually found something in nothing. I'm more confident. I feel like I'm more willing to let other people get a glimpse of what I've been through, get a glimpse of the confines in my mind, of what I've been through. Even some people who I love most, my closest friends and family, who I just closed off about some things. I'm willing to open up. I feel a burning desire to open up, and love what I'm doing, love the process, love those who have hurt me in the past, because it doesn't necessarily imply they're bad people just because of something they've done to me. Just love, love those around me, love myself, and love the journey. And I love anyone who's watching this, tuning in, because I love YouTube as well. I love doing this. And, if you are out there, thank you. Thank you for tuning into my videos, to Alex's videos, to our joint videos, anything. I really feel like we can grow with this as one. And we're going to do what we can to keep uploading for as long as we can. Talking about our experience is something that is therapeutic for both of us, and we hope to continue doing it. But I feel like I said everything I needed to say. I got everything off my chest. I hope you guys enjoyed. Seriously, thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to leave a like, a comment, and subscribe. And Will from Psychonaut Visions, signing out.